Welcome to Season 4 of Gaming with Scott presents Marvel Superheroes, a Southgate Media podcast. Join us each week as our newest heroes follow a path of discovery and attempt to forge a team to save the city and perhaps themselves from the dangers of the world before the Arkanoids arrived. Starring John Garlick, Jay Payne, Jade Duguay, Josh Jackson, Rico Suarez, and me, Scott Troiano, running the table as the judge. Epic teamwork and struggles await you just beyond this music. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gaming with Scott. I'm here with Jade Duguay.
Hello.
I'm here with John Garlick.
Howdy.
And I'm here with Joshua Jackson.
What up?
You face the dragon.
Enter the dragon.
What do you do?
I'll shapeshift into my dragon form.
Okay.
Say, lady, Celia?
What was it? It began with an A. Sorry.
Yeah, Lady Acelia.
Yeah, was it? I'm sorry.
Thought it was Acelia.
Elenzra?
Alenzra.
Alenzra. Even better.
Right.
Lady Alenzra, it is our pleasure to meet you, and I'll bow.
And she nods her head. And who you bring with you?
I bring before you Queen Lumen of the... John, what did you say? The whatever court?
The Shining Court.
I thought it was the glowing.
Of the
glowing court. Sure.
Of the glowing court. She has supplanted former Queen Selene and one of her advisors.
You say she has supplanted former Queen Selene, and she laughs. And it sounds like someone trying to chew on static electricity.
Jesus.
Oh, it's like biting onto tinfoil.
Yeah. Very much like that. I'm sorry. I interrupted. Carry on.
And one of her advisors, Commander Shotgun.
So.
I am Leviathan.
I know who you are. Sea Demon.
At one point, yes.
Celine's lapdog.
He's what brought us into this conflict when we decided to help him slip his leash.
I was a prisoner of hers for many millennia.
She turns her attention to Commander Shotgun. And who are you?
I am the vizier to Lady Lumen.
You are a warlock or a wizard?
I am a scientist.
Ah, wizard.
More or less.
She turns from you and looks at the young lady betwixt you, and she goes, "So, do you lay claim to the title of queen?
I do.
Are you a queen?
Yes.
Have you killed the other queen?"
At least once now.
At least once.
At least once.
So that would be a no. Because if you kill them once, then they're dead. If you killed them and they came back, you didn't kill them.
Well, we have been meaning to drag her soul into the Iron Forest and finish things off, but...
Her attention turns to you, Levi. You're going to the Iron Forest.
We will dispose of Selene.
You are going to the Iron Forest.
If need be, we will do what we have to destroy Selene.
I keep hearing we. You?
I am a part of we.
You
Yes.
are going to the Iron Forest. You would die for that one. And she points to Lumen.
To destroy Selene? Yes.
Do you hate her that much?
I was her prisoner for millennia. Hatred does not give it fair credit.
And now you're out. You're free.
She still lives and still is powerful. So to your point, we are looking to finish the job, and we are looking to amass an army to do so.
You see a look cross her face of not quite not recognition, but she has that like she just got it.
Yeah.
And she goes, "So you are looking to contact Malachi?"
We are looking to form an alliance, and we wish to start with the worms.
Huh. Well, you've paid tribute to be in my presence. What would you like?
My lady, if you could give us an introduction to Malachi, that is truly what we need.
Nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm not getting involved. You know that.
No,
What
understood.
we would actually, what would be more valuable than that is a little bit of wisdom.
Okay.
Malachi is an unknown quantity to us. He's the leader of this army of worms to the west. You are savvy enough in this political arena to stay above the fray. What would you say in this situation? Is it even worth our time to approach such a one as he?
Well, certainly. Now, I doubt you'll get to see Malachi.
Why is that?
He slumbers out in the Rockies.
So who leads the army then?
Right now it is 2. Sebastian and Idril. They fight for control while he sleeps. Well, while he rests. He is not quite asleep. But he has no real interest in this war as such. Those 2 wish to use it as your declaration as a piece on a chessboard. They want to use this conflict for their own gain and the fight that it will bring.
So should we seek out Malachi to own all the chess pieces on the board, or should we address the 2 knights?
What do these worms desire? What do they favor? What is their reason for courting the favor of someone like Celine?
Sebastian wants to side with Celine. Sebastian likes what is known. Quantities that have existed for 1,000 years. The status quo fits Sebastian. Idril wants new. He likes new. He wants to amass wealth. There's fortunes to be had if Celine is toppled and destroyed. All that is hers could be theirs.
In which case, it behooves us to perhaps approach Idril in a friendly manner.
Or go to Malachi, who is the rightful leader anyway, to get everyone else in line.
It seems to me that I don't know how things always work, but in general, if you set out to sleep for years, would you be mad if someone, woke you up to bother you with trifles?
I'm not sure. Would it be best to go speak to the knights or go to the king, which is Malachi?
Elenzra thinks about it, and you see her scales sort of shiver. And she goes, "You can try Malachi, but I wouldn't."
Malachi's the one who threw his lot in with Celine anyway, isn't he?
But he wasn't
evidently, yes.
aware of any other option.
But let me ask this. Why would you say to shy away from Malachi?
Because I don't get involved.
Oh, I thought you were giving us wisdom that we should shy away from Malachi.
I wouldn't poke that slumbering giant. He has been resting for more than 100 years now. Why go gain his attention?
Who owns sway now of the majority? Is that Idril or Sebastian?
It goes back and forth.
Okay.
Who aligns more with Malachi?
Both of them understand that if Malachi were to awaken, their best interest would be to save their own heads and do as he says.
But it seems that Sebastian would be more interested in continuing the status quo that Malachi started.
It appears that way, yes.
Interesting.
How would we find his knights if we were interested in speaking to them?
You would need to go to their court, their entrance in the west.
Where would that be?
The Coca-Cola bottling plant on the west side in Speedway.
Ah, how convenient.
Okay. And that's for both of them or one of them?
Well, that's for the worm. That is the compass point that they will enter the city upon. It's one of the gateways.
Understood. And you are certain that that is the gateway that they will emerge from?
It's the only way to get in the city.
So I'll take that as a yes.
Well, for a worm.
How do we walk that path? How do we get in there? Is that something that we can do, or he'll figure it out?
Yeah, it's like 16th and Georgetown, and you go a little north from there. And It's like 16th and a half. And there's a big bottling. There's a really
I'll
big
look at
parking lot.
Okay, great.
What
I
she's
didn't know if there was if we had to walk around at Widdershins or something
Oh,
like
no,
that.
no. The front door is like it points towards the track, and you can just basically go right over there.
So what she's saying is they will emerge. We just need to be ready.
Well, we would go to their court in the west. That's
the actual gateway is in the basement. I mean, not in the basement, but it's one side of the lower level. It's not the basement. I mean,
Well, that's helpful.
half of it's over there. But on the westernmost wall, and it comes, it's...
And with Sebastian and Idril, what do they fancy if we were to take a gift out of respect for both?
Sebastian prefers relics of war.
Okay.
And Idril prefers relics of knowledge.
Okay.
Now, in the long run, what that means is, Sebastian's kind of doomed, and Idril will probably live no matter what. Just saying.
Probably.
fair.
But thank you for the wisdom. That is most helpful.
Oh.
Now we will not overstay our welcome.
No. Unless you would have anything of us before we leave. 5 minutes.
The museum will be closing in 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, I think that's our time.
Enjoy the briefcase and its contents.
Yeah.
I shall. Thank you very much.
Is there any way that we can get a hold of you in the future? Is it just returning here?
You can come back here.
Okay.
The exhibit will be moving on before too long, I'm sure. But
Well,
Probably.
short, but not that short.
we live from night to night, so it seems.
Truth.
Oh, well then, yeah, you'll be fine. There's more than enough time. There's like a whole bunch of those.
Absolutely. Very well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lady Alenzia, for your counsel.
You're welcome.
All right, and then we will casually run.
We will casually
out
run.
of there.
Don't swing the arms. Just run.
Keep them on your shoulders. Ow. Code of conduct.
Wake up.
So, all right, you guys head out. You guys come out. They close up the IMA. There you go.
Wow, I want my $20 back.
Wow, you didn't
Anyway, sorry.
you didn't get your $10 worth?
Yeah, that
10
was
minutes
no,
worth?
that was worth the time.
All right.
Yeah. So we should find gifts for both, and then we should go to this Coca-Cola plant.
I think we're gonna give Sebastian a punch in his cloaca because I don't think there's anything that the worm who has dedicated himself to the service of Celine. I don't think he's going to be a cheap date, if you understand the meaning.
It's
Nice.
I don't
Punch in the cloak.
I don't think we're going to be able to.
it's respect to bring a gift in these matters, though.
I think we're probably going to have to kill him.
Okay, so before going from 0 to 100, maybe we can stop at 10 first.
I think we're probably going to have to punch him in the snout
Okay.
because he's declared himself our enemy. He has every reason to.
Has he, though?
He has declared himself in alliance with Celine. He doesn't know who the hell we are yet. And it might go exactly the way that you say, but we don't know that. I understand assuming the worst, but
I took assuming we can take your kindred's word as at its face value, then it seemed rather decisive to me.
Well, it's like being real with what she said. I don't know what motive she would have to lie to us.
Quite true.
I mean,
other than the fact that it would induce us to, be nice to one and enemies with the other.
Yeah, so let's not try to have too many preconceived notions. Let's try to get some semblance of two gifts. And let's go to this gate.
Let's get him Hitler.
What?
What?
Apparently he's the bad guy, so just be like, here, this is a representation of you.
No.
Did you just call me Hitler? Nice.
I think so.
That'll always go over well.
That's great. I'm sure that will not lead us into directly fighting.
Yeah.
Well, it's better than punching him in the snout.
Okay. Well,
sometimes you just got to find the biggest, baddest lizard around and punch him in the snout. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. So, a tome of knowledge, a book, and something weapony. And yes, that's the technical term.
He likes artifacts of war. It doesn't have to be a weapon. It could be something looted from war, something,
Hitler's corpse.
So, looting, you are good at. So, what can you come up with?
Find a war, go loot it, and then... Oh, wait, never mind.
I seem to be...
Or your buddy Jonesy.
Are you fresh out of wars?
Most of my stuff is fairly new.
But what about your buddy Jonesy? I thought he was your fence for whatever, right?
I can see if we can scare up a few ill-gotten artifacts.
Yeah, sure.
Well, in any case, it's time for us to go and fence this giant pile of ice. So
where are we going? Or where's
we
the
are going
contact?
We are going to Felix's jewelry store on 38th Street.
Okay.
Are we supposed to call him like butterscotch or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pudding?
Butterscotch.
Back to humanoid form, creeps.
That's not wrong, though. Butterscotch is good.
So good.
It's not bad.
Best thing in the world? Pan of Rice Krispie treats.
To hear their lamentations of their women.
What'd you say, Conan?
To eat the entire pan of Rice Krispie treats. To see them driven before you.
Hear the lamentation of their
pop, 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 pop.
women cubes. Melt a bag of Nestle Toll House morsels across the top of it.
Yep.
And then melt a bag of Nestle's butterscotch on top of that. So you get a chocolate butterscotch Rice Krispie treat.
This is like phone sex for fat people. Anyway.
You've read me so well, John. Thank you.
Phone sex
All
for
right.
fat people.
All right.
Nice.
So,
Now what are you making?
Alrighty. So you
Preheat my oven.
you land you go to the jewelry store at 38th and Central.
Oriental, I believe it was.
No, that was the bar.
That was the bar.
That was the bar.
That was the
12
bar,
and
yes.
Oriental or something.
38th and Honeywell.
And na.
God, stop it.
Oh, we've done it now. All right. All right,
did
I'll
it.
turn off the radio. Okay.
Alrighty, there is a door. You dickhole. I'm allowed to say that. This is PG-13.
Yep.
All right, you open the outer door. There's room in there for the three of you. Do you all go in, or do only one of you go in? I'm going to punch you. I'm going to throw something heavy at your head.
Stay in the
Right.
truck and listen to the radio.
In the little catchment area in front of this
Yeah, a murder hole.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay in the truck and listen to the radio.
All right.
Okay, the song ends. What do you do now?
I'm gonna stay in the truck.
Yeah, you can stay
You're
in the
staying
truck
in the
if
truck?
you want.
All right.
Would you like to come in with me, or?
Yeah, I'll go in with you.
Okay.
Phenomena.
All right.
I hit the lock button.
Okay.
Prudent measures. Okay. You two walk in, you close the door behind you, and you hear it magnetic catch.
Ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
Yep. You are now firmly in the murder box. Two large, 6'5", no neck having, trench coat wearing, Eastern European
Eastern Bloc rejects.
walk over to the little slots in the glass, draw hand cannons that look like, I mean, these are like the silver shiny,
Jesus.
point them in the hole where you guys are standing. Like, okay, you see these guys, you listen to the music, whatever, you put the lock on, and these two goons draw down on the guy, on your two teammates that are standing in the murder hole.
Oh, I can see this.
Oh, yeah, like it's plain as day.
What you gonna do?
Hopscotch.
It's hopscotch. Butterscotch. I was being sarcastic. with
I was
butterscotch.
waiting for it to go, butterscotch, boom, boom, they shoot you in the face.
Jonesy sent me.
They both look. They go back to the one of them, and this little guy comes out from behind the like a door in the back, and comes behind the counter. He is about 5'4", very slight of frame, an older gentleman, hook nose. What would have potentially been blonde hair had it not most of it fallen out, and it's got like that Picard ring going on.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously of Eastern, very slight man. He reaches under the counter and hits a button, and you hear the buzz
All right.
of the interior door.
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
All right. I will proceed through the interior door.
I'll follow him.
Okay. The interior door swings closed. The buzzing stops. The two gunmen lower their weapons. They don't put them away. They just lower them. The little guy kind of shuffles out towards the thing and sits down at what appears to be, there's two chairs, and there are jewels and a black, like, velvet cloth in front of him. And he goes, sit.
I will make myself comfortable.
Okay.
And bring out the sack of synthesized diamonds.
Blood diamond.
Conflict diamond.
Oh,
Oh,
you're
conflict
right.
diamonds. Yes.
Sorry.
Okay. You pour your Crown Royal bag out in front of him.
Crown Royal. That's classy.
It is.
Ice
Hey.
bag. Ice
You've
bag.
hit the gamers right in the middle of the heart. He says, "What are you looking to do with these?"
I would like to sell them for cash.
Huh.
Or if you have other wares to trade, that might be an option. But I was looking to part with these.
He pulls out a loop and starts to pick them up, and he looks.
You'll notice they don't have the standard De Beers or other insignia.
They haven't been lasered, yes. And he sets the first one aside. He starts looking at the second one. Where did you acquire these?
They fell off the back of a
Certainly.
particularly laden truck.
Oh. And he's looking at the third one, and he stops, and he goes, "How are they identical?"
Very precise synthesis.
These are. He picks up the fourth one, and he turns.
They are. You will find that they are perfect down to their molarity, their content, their mineral content, and
Yes. Give me a
crystalline
moment.
structure.
Give me a moment. And he goes through and he looks at each one of them and he sets them down, and you see it's almost a perfect semicircle when he's done with them. And he says, "Well, they are all identical." He says, "It's very odd. However, I can split the set. I can give you $150,000 in cash for them right now.
Done.
I can give you $100,000 for them in cash right now.
150,000. I thought was.
Well, if you're going to let me push you around like that to begin with, why would you even take...
Well, I'm aware of what I have here, but I'm pressed for time.
What else might you be looking for?"
Relics.
He turns when you say that. What do you mean, relics? Like what?
Antiquities of knowledge or of war.
Excuse my friend. He's given to
Why is there an
fanciful
excuse?
thing.
He has the
It
question.
is a legitimate thing. I would accept some things in trade if you happen to have anything that is
of value.
We are going to be dealing with some very particular collectors later on
from the West.
Well, I have the perfect thing for you. Then I will trade you all of these diamonds for. And he gets up and wanders off, goes into the back, and you hear rummaging. The two gentlemen behind you, you hear their hands lift, and they are covering you with their handguns again.
I've,
so much attention.
I don't, it's not like they can hurt me. I'm completely chill.
Okay.
I'm glad.
Yeah, he leans back, hand behind his head, and puts his foot up on his knee. What are you going to do, shoot me? I've had that happen before. 4 or 5 minutes later, if you hear something fell off of a shelf, perhaps the entire shelf unit fell over, who knows, he comes shuffling back out with a case that looks like it's about 2/3 of the size of what you'd put a pool cue in.
Okay.
Really thin box, about an inch tall, about 2.5 inches wide, and about a foot and a half long. It looks like a jewelry box for the longest necklace ever. He comes out, he turns it around, he sets it down, and he opens it up, and there's a stick in it, or a thin branch that looks nearly perfectly straight. It's obviously been polished or sanded. One end is sort of twisted, broken off into a point.
How about face sight? Just looking at it.
Yeah.
Nothing? Stick?
It's a stick. The other end has 3 dashes carved in it equidistantly around the...
I'm afraid you have me at a disadvantage. I'm not familiar with what this object is.
He says, "Oh, this is a relic of war."
It's a stick.
No, it is not a stick.
Then what is it?
It is an arrow.
Okay.
Well, now, of course, without the fletching, and the head was originally of wood, and it's worn down a bit, but this part right up here, this little 1/2 inch right there, still darkened with blood.
Can you...
And what conflict does this come from?
Yeah. Can you authenticate this in any way, shape, or form?
You look unimpressed.
Oh, how is it? How do we even know this is authentic? It looks like it's a piece of wood.
It's a stick.
Yeah. Oh, true.
It's an arrow.
But there's no arrowhead. There's no fletching. And how do we know that this is really even real?
Well, in any case, I'm sure that to the right collector it would be very desirable, but it's maybe not what I'm thinking of. I need to generate a little bit of liquidity.
Something more impressive, maybe. We are going to
I'm curious though.
More affluent individuals from the West. We will be there in a day, and that would not be very impressive as a welcoming gift.
I'm curious, though. But tell me a little bit more about this artifact.
Oh. This arrow was only fired once. Peloponnesians? Do you know?
The Hannibal, yes.
Yes. Other conflicts of the era? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Hector? Perhaps? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
That would be... even older than the Peloponnesians, Trojans.
It would, yes. Yes. This was the key to the savior of what remains of their city.
Achilles.
This is the arrow that struck him.
Well, that's quite remarkable.
Can you prove that?
He picks up the wooden stick.
And that's Achilles' blood.
He turns it, and he begins to slide his hand toward your arm. Levi, what do you do?
I will do nothing. I will hold fast.
All righty. Roll me endurance.
Okay. 34.
On a, what's your endurance?
30. So it's probably not a green. That is the first white. Nope.
Just
He
shy,
screams
huh?
like a little baby wormling.
The arrow doesn't touch your skin. But as it comes in and almost makes contact, your scales like pull apart away from it. Like your flesh is trying to flee from this. And you hear, and it takes you a quick second to realize that that sound is coming from you. And you pull back your arm in a way that's like your hand is numb.
Does my shape shifting drop?
Give me a roll.
I'm just.
Give me a
to
roll.
maintain his composure.
It's true. 25.
It does. It falters for a second, and then you recover. And you could tell you wanted no piece of this.
So it was removing the flat. It was trying to make a hole without touching.
Correct.
Okay. It's interesting.
Now I understand.
And he places the stick back in its box and closes the box.
Nice.
Now I believe that this may very well be worth the time of our collector, actually.
Well, that's one. We also need an antiquity of knowledge.
One thing at a time.
Exactly. This is the next thing.
Now, yes, that's now that would I believe that is now this isn't what I came for, but I think but I know a good deal where I see one.
He says, "Who's in your truck?"
That would be that would be my superior. She's waiting outside.
Okay. Who is that?
Her name is Lumen.
You know I've worked with Campagnati before, right?
I'm not holding that against you. We are all working with someone at someone's time or another.
But you know I'm not a vampire, right?
I figured you wouldn't be.
I'm a businessman.
I work with lots of businessmen.
Good. He snaps his fingers twice, and the goons put away their guns and come back behind the counter. They walk back over like 10, 15 seconds later and set down 3 briefcases in front of, on top of each other. They turn the briefcases and snap open 1 full of money, 2 full of money, 3 full of money. He says, $150,000 for the diamonds. He takes the cloth and folds it over the top of the diamonds. And the arrow is a gift for your superior.
Why, that is a most generous gesture.
And in the future, should things go her way, just remember me.
Face eye on the guy.
Something's off. He's not Fey, but he may have at some point eaten something in the Fey realm or been to the Fey realm, or there's wisps. Like you've seen people who have been charmed or who have been interact. He's not Fey, but there's something that's not normal about this guy.
So I'm squinting, looking this guy up and down now, and I'm just like, are you human?
Oh, yes, most definitely.
You're an anomaly with everything that's coming off of you magically.
I'm no one special.
Well, in any case, it's not our business to ask unwelcome questions.
Actually, it is. And that was a dumb comment. So
I was lying, but
Yeah.
yes, that's quite true. I was just lying just
Keep
then.
lying.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Levi.
How do you know who she is?
He just told me.
My superior. And I'm the one who's bringing $250,000 worth of entirely anonymous diamonds into his lap.
That has nothing to do with what he said, because he said if it goes her way, all this stuff. So how do you know? What do you know of
He knows
that
about
superior?
He knows about Campagnati.
Actually, you let him talk. So what do you know of her?
Well,
Just curious.
You've recently had a run-in with Campagnati. I've heard a few things that would make her the Queen of Light.
Well, Queen of something, yes.
And that would make you two her servants.
Sure.
And there's a war coming.
How would a human know of the war?
Oh, I sell many things. I'm a fence. You know what a fence is, right? It's not the thing you sit on in between a conflict.
Yeah. Thanks.
I take things of rarity and sell them when they cannot be sold.
And to be fair, we haven't exactly been secretive.
Oh, no,
No.
like shouting with a bullhorn from the top of that building at 10th and the Canal.
That's how we do.
Yes.
Well, in any case, thank you for your time. I accept your offer. I will offer to shake his hand.
He gathers up the diamonds, holds the sack in both hands, and is like, "Oh, my hands are full." And he nods towards your hand. He's like, "Oh, okay, great."
I will withdraw my hand and
He goes, "Please tell her that Felix wishes her the best of luck."
And we always remember those who've helped us.
Wonderful. And he nods to the two gentlemen who, the first one goes and opens the door and holds it for you guys.
All right, I will take two of those. I'll examine examine one of the bill folds. Just
That's actual cash.
okay, good deal. All right, and
Are you taking a briefcase?
Yeah, you
Oh,
take
if he
one.
needs
I'll
it.
take two.
As we walk out, I say to you, "You're horrible at getting
You
information."
you take the gem. I mean not the gem. The stick.
The stick.
Okay. So 2 cash, 1 cash, and 1 stick.
Sure.
You walk into the murder hole. They close the door. You hear, and the other door opens on the outside.
All right.
These two walk out towards the truck. Dick Clark in the top 40s. America's top 40 is, or it's what's his face. It's not Dick Clark anymore. It's
Carson
Ryan
Daly.
Seacrest.
No,
Brian Seacrest.
one of them
that.
guys. Yeah.
yeah, one of them guys. One of those horrible people.
Wow, we're hateful.
We are hateful.
All right.
All right, they're coming up to the truck. What are you doing?
Let us in.
They've got 3 briefcases and a pool cue. A pool case. Cue case. I don't know.
Is it really? Is it really, you guys?
You suck.
Yes.
You suck. Oh, that is him.
Yeah.
You like
Well, in that
dragon?
Prove
case,
it. You suck.
Use your
Okay.
keys.
All right, fine.
I'm a dragon.
I'm a
My hands are full.
Let me in.
All right. So,
yeah, I'll let them in.
okay, great. All right. Hey, well, we got. Well, it turns out Mr. Felix was quite helpful and very supportive of your efforts, and he gave us a good little chunk of money right here, as well as a magic arrow. That
I assume he didn't give those things to you. I assume.
oh no, in exchange for the diamonds.
Yeah. He also gave you the blood of a demigod, which is probably the most important.
Indeed, that's probably worth more than the arrow itself.
Correct.
Interesting.
With your science, it might be something very interesting to delve into.
I'm sure there are lots of possibilities, but this, beyond the possibility of giving this to Sebastian, this is something that this is a killing device of magical creatures like I've never seen before.
No one would expect a stick.
Would it work on Celine?
Perhaps.
Depends on what you mean by work, but I don't know.
Well, we haven't killed her once apparently.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure we can work out another way of metaphysically inconveniencing her. Now, tell me a little. Okay, so I'm going to get in the truck, get behind the wheel, start it up,
Okay.
and start wheeling away to safer pastures.
Alrighty.
And
driving along.
so Levi, what did Alenzia mean that you would die if you went to this magic forest?
Oh, because I am at least part Fae. Cold iron is something that isn't amicable with my coexistence. So anytime that would come in contact with me would drain life force.
So that was where, I remember TL told us that was the only way to kill her so she'd stay dead, was to destroy her in this world and then somehow drag her into this magic forest place.
It would destroy her body. It would restrain her soul from being reincarnated. She would be in probably a version of purgatory. Yeah, for as long as she remained in that forest.
I thought that was okay. So still not dead.
I'm not sure. With the cold iron and whatnot coming in contact with her life force for that long, I don't know if it would kill her right off or it would take time. I have no idea. It's not something I really have delved into and don't wish to delve into.
Some advanced stuff. Got it.
Yeah, that's ninth circle of hell for a Fae.
All right.
So, but yeah, I mean, if we want to like dead, 100% dead, not partially dead, there's a process, and probably at least a couple of us won't come back.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have enough money to smooth things over a little bit.
Heck yeah.
Bless you.
I have enough money to help pay for these
Midget strippers.
the grunts that are showing up on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, I might add.
Nice.
Okay.
So if you like, we can head back to my house.
Sure.
I have a few knickknacks. I know that Galvanic didn't want these mercs in his place, just to be on the safe side. I respect his hospitality. So
Understood.
Everybody roll me intuition.
see if we're being followed by
Oh, John, you're getting ahead of me.
09,
Woo!
a white.
70,
Everything is perfect, you guys.
75 on a typical. It's a yellow.
83 on 30.
All right, so 83 on a 30 is
Yellow.
a yellow.
All right, you two notice John's just driving along going, yeah, and we could do this, and this could be a thing, and we could go this other thing. You both notice that there's a car that has made the same turns that you have, like 3 turns running.
Okay.
We're being followed.
Really? All right.
It is a Lincoln Town car.
Oh, it's our buddy Campagnati. All right.
There are 2 passengers in the car, in the front seat, and there's 1 passenger in the back seat.
All right. Let's all right. I'm going to start heading towards towards someplace reasonably private. Like Indianapolis is like 40% abandoned warehouses in real life, so
Right.
someplace where it's not, I'll turn off the off the road.
We can go to the circus.
It might be dangerous for your circus friends.
Yeah.
I think they could handle it.
All right, let's go there. I will turn off, head towards the state fairgrounds, not too far from where we were just at.
Exactly. Do 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 do, and there's the state fairgrounds right up there on the
paying
left.
$5 for parking.
Yeah. Oh, this has been a night.
$5 whole dollars. Actually, no, I'm an employee of the circus.
Oh, that's right. You have your.
Yeah, she's like,
Employee senior
hey,
discount.
I got my badge, and they're like, oh, and they're gonna wave you. They're like,
Okay.
oh, yeah, come on.
Oh, see, it's not who you know, it's who I know.
That's right. The car behind you pays for parking.
Ha
Nailed it.
Alrighty.
Phenomenal.
Parks.
All right. I'm going to draw up, to the to an area.
Okay.
A little, within screaming distance of the
Police.
of within screaming distance of the
Rape
you know
whistle.
the back lot where the performers get ready.
All right.
And I'm gonna stop the truck there.
Okay. They try to follow the same route you do, and like two of the circus folk come out and they're like, "Hey, no." They're kind of waving them like, "No." And the driver says something and points to your truck, and the person who's talking to the driver shakes his head and gives him this look like, "Nah, I don't really care. That doesn't matter to me at all."
Are those the Mercs? Your Mercs?
No, they would not be.
And the driver says something else, and the person who's talking with the driver sort of stops. Their hand drops. They straighten up, and then they motion the car forward, and the car just drives on through.
All right. I'm going to be preparing to go into berserker rage,
Alrighty.
but I'm not doing the ninja kujikiri just yet.
Okay.
Just I'm going to set aside all my breakables
Yeah, nice. All right.
back in the truck.
The passenger gets out, walks up, knocks on the driver's side window.
Oh, I'm going to be just outside of the truck.
Oh, you get out of the
leaning up
truck?
against it.
Oh, okay.
Well, get out of the truck.
You get out of the truck? Do you get out of the truck?
Yep.
Alrighty. The gentleman walks up. He is out of a 1950s movie. I mean, he's wearing what is the equivalent of a zoot suit, fedora, pinstripes, wide shoulders. The whole thing's cut in a V. Comes down to black and white wingtips. He comes up and goes, yeah, we need to talk.
What do you want, bloodsucker?
Hey,
It's daytime, isn't it?
No,
No?
it's not. You already
Yeah,
did
it's
that.
evening.
No, it's
We-
like 9:30 at night. And he goes, "Hey, I don't call you a freak. You don't need to call me a bloodsucker."
All right.
So my understanding is, do we need to talk to you, or do we need to talk to Snake Boy, or do we need to talk to her?
What'd you say, parasite?
Oh.
She's in charge.
All right. Well, good then. Hey, lady.
You can call me Queen Lumen.
So, lady, you want to come have this conversation, or do you want to bring the muscle in the bookend, or how do you want to do this?
Oh, are you still talking to me? Because you still didn't address me properly.
Yeah.
Say what you gotta say, moron.
So, are you going to come talk with her, or are you going to... No?
Nope.
Okay. Alrighty then.
So you want to? You work for Lily?
Yeah.
Ah, well, we're favorably disposed towards Lily.
See? Hey.
So I'm going to do a unique whistle that they hadn't heard me do yet. Uh-huh. And Art's going to come out of a tent.
Oh, yeah. Art comes out of a tent, like, looking left, looking right.
Because obviously
No.
he hasn't seen me in days.
Right.
Dog whistle?
It's
That's
been-
hilarious.
Not a dog whistle, a very unique
No, we're-
sounding.
Levi
call.
looks at you and winks. Yeah, not a dog
So,
whistle.
yeah.
Now, is this the, hey, I'm here and am okay, come out and get a hug? Or is this the, hey, I'm here and I need you to beat someone to death?
The second one.
Okay.
Oh, but we're friends with these.
He's,
okay.
he's being a little bit aggressive.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Art comes out, Gorski comes out of the tent. You see the tent flaps just whoosh. He looks left, he looks right, he sees your group and comes barreling down the opening between the tents. He cuts past her, putting his body in between her and him, and grabs this guy by the neck and begins punching him in the face. Just, you hear the sound of like meat hitting meat. Just thwack, 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 thwack. And this guy's going, hey, quit it. After the third or fourth
I
hit,
think he's learned his lesson.
Yeah.
you see like blood spatters, you see a tooth, and he's just
Art, go ahead and stop.
okay. He goes, you don't want him beat,
I think he learned his lesson.
and he just just like not sets him down, just goes. Blurp.
Dead weight.
He turns around, gathers Lumen in his arms, strong man, gives her a hug that you would think would crack her spine, picks her up off the ground while he does it, sets her down, and he goes, you are okay.
I'm okay.
We've been taking good care of her.
He looks at the two of you and goes, "You are okay.
Yes.
You need me here."
Stay handy.
Okay.
Would you like me to talk to the lady, or do you want to?
You go ahead.
Art steps around Lumen and kind of walks back to a tent, sort of sticking his head in to do a thing, but he's really keeping a sideways glance on you.
Yeah,
The guy gets up off the ground, and his face has been ruined. I mean, his nose is no longer where it needs to be. He's missing 5 or 6 teeth. Both corners of his mouth have been torn open.
Ooh, fish hook.
One eyelid looks like it's been torn off and is just hanging there. He's got everything is bruised from hairline to chin.
Still better story than Twilight.
All right.
And you see him just kind of he starts he moves his jaw, he shakes his head a little, he takes, and it's much like he's fixing his hair. He slides the lid back over his eye and kind of holds it for a second. And you watch over the next 20 seconds, 30 seconds, you see the bruising start to heal up. You see the eye, he takes his finger away and blinks a couple of times, and the lid, where it would have been torn, starts to knit together right before your eyes.
Nice.
Please stay with my truck for a moment. I'll go by myself to talk to these guys.
Your funeral.
All right. Okay, I'll go and address Miss Lily on Lady Lumen's behalf.
Okay.
I'll be respectful, I promise.
You were walking towards the car, and as you get to about the bumper, the driver opens the door and stands up, and he goes, whoa, where are you going, buddy? He's dressed similarly, although not as quite, you see? I mean, he's suit, tie, fedora, but not the full suit and the wingtips.
I'll put up my hands. I'm here to talk to Miss Lily. I don't want any trouble.
You're a he, not a she, so I'm thinking polite decline?
This is just on behalf of her. She's asked me to tell you everything she wants to say. She has some business to take care of with the circus people.
Okay.
Although she does not want to disrespect you, but she has to tend to family first.
Did Yancey mess it up or something? Or?
There was a little bit of an altercation with a Cossack.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that. He got the shit kicked out of him.
I know, right?
Because I mean, he'll be all right, but that was just funny to watch. Mm-hmm. He's a little prick. What can I say? She's polite.
This is important. I've got to smooth over some stuff regarding Sidereal and the vigilante guy. We're not,
Yeah, but she told me her, not him. That's what I was told.
Okay, well, if she doesn't want to talk to the monkey, she can talk to the grinder when she's wrapped up. But in the meanwhile, I wanted to pay my respects.
Oh, okay, sure. And he reaches in and hits a button, and the back window goes zzz and lowers. Do you really?
No. No, just kidding.
I would have been like, oh, shit. And that'll do it. No, okay, go ahead. I'm like, oh, crap, what do I do? Dodge. Okay, I got it.
Okay. All right, so I assume Miss Lily is sitting in the back there.
There is a petite 5'6" blonde. She looks like she could be a buyer for the Nordstrom fashion apparel, department. She's petite. She's very well done up. Blonde hair curled down to mid in the back. Forward thinking.
Fashion forward
suit. She's very dapper. She's sitting there, one leg crossed, hands folded over her hand, over one knee. The window had come down. You look to see her, and she says, "You're not the one I wanted to speak with."
Yes. Well, that's because the Lady Lumen doesn't offer apologies, and I am on her behalf.
So
she will be meeting with you to discuss business in a moment.
Oh, wonderful. Then I'll wait.
But firstly, I wanted to say that we have ended our association with Sidereal, the one who's been interfering with your business, and we have other fish to fry.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Thank you.
I'll turn on my heel and walk back.
And you hear the window go back up. Okay. And the guy kind of nods to you, goes, "Say, right on, buddy."
Yeah. I know how things are done.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah,
So he walks back at the loom and it goes,
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
All right. We have to install a chain gun on the.
Telekinesis.
We're going to install a chain gun on the dragon later, by the way.
Nice.
That's where some of this $150,000 is going.
Nice.
All right. So all right. Well, she was happy to know that things are. I told her things are over with that entire vigilante deal. I think it would be better if she heard it from you that her boyfriend's a vampire who wants to suck out all her blood.
I'm pretty sure she already knows.
Fair.
She's rolling around the city with vampires. You know she just saw that dude get pummeled.
True. Well, in any case, once you've wrapped up your saying hello to
I thought the intention was to
Gorski.
come in here and find a private place to talk.
you can talk. It seems like she'll just do her thing in the car. It's probably best if she's not seen around here.
I don't particularly want to get in the vehicle with her.
I will smash the vehicle if it starts to move. How's that?
If I'm in it?
I'll just cripple the engine. It's okay. If she tries to bite you, just explode her.
Just explode her.
Vampires are as the buzzing of flies to us. Come on.
Am I doing the thing that you do to a mosquito? Just like flex a muscle? And
Yeah, pop it.
Oh.
No, we can. We'll. It's okay. I believe that we can be civil. This is the lady that Sidereal wanted to punch into oblivion, but I think we're kind of beyond that.
I thought he wanted to punch Campagnati.
No, he was kind of chummy with Campagnati.
He wanted to punch everyone.
Yeah.
I guess.
Well, in any case. But this seems to, at the very least, I think this is somebody who seems approachable, and we do have a common enemy.
Do we?
Well, I mean, Campagnati wants to turn her into his undead servant. Bride of Campagnati doesn't seem to be in the offing. Maybe it would be worth seeing if she needs our help.
Well, hold on. Why does she have to get in the car? Just have the.
They just want to talk.
We'll have the little midget lady get out of the car and just talk face to face in the frickin' lawn.
5'6" is not a midget.
Small person.
It's a nice car.
Dwarf?
I'm 5'6".
Small person. Just have her get out of the car with her 3 thugs and just talk face to face.
Just, they followed us in the car. Well, the car won't kill you.
It's not
I
true.
promise.
Cars kill people every day.
Oh my god!
Just
the
saying.
dragon's a jerk.
I feel like I'm giving her the upper hand, and they're vampires.
Just have the bastards get out of the car and talk.
You can take out any one of them with a snap of your fingers.
Out here, I have a dragon, and you,
And art.
and art. Okay.
We'll be watching.
I'll be watching you.
If
If
the
Phenomena.
Change
Show
the
com-
station.
show confidence.
I do.
Show confidence.
And it will,
Walk
and
into-
they'll respect you.
Walk into the murder shed, the mobile murder shed,
Yeah,
please.
you guys-
that
you
lock.
guys
Don't pay attention to
Sure
that.
do like walking into murdery situations.
What
Where-
is that ticking? Don't worry about it.
You're wearing. They just use your powers
I
if they
feel-
try
Like
anything.
Vizier, make her get out of the car and just talk like normal people.
I feel like
Damn it.
showing confidence is saying, "No, you come to me."
Well,
that's a power play. There's a huge difference there.
It's a safety play.
I don't think that they have any. They could possibly.
Can you tell which one of the three of us was recently almost murdered? Can you tell which one was going? I almost died last time. I'm not doing that again.
Hey, not my
You're
life.
wearing.
Say, what if
You're wearing my body armor.
Look, I get in this car, and
If you
then
wanna get in the
Scott
mobile-
decides that my
Get on the
powers
mobile
aren't
murder
working
shed.
because I
No,
just about
I
died.
I can't do that.
Face side on the car.
None. There's not a damn fey thing about that. It's really dark.
They're
It's
vampires.
You can
it's-
turn.
Like magic
I've
nullification
seen what you
dark.
can. You
no,
can do.
like vampire-y dark. Like, ugh.
Bring up your.
Like both of them are kind of every now and then the driver looks over and Yancey is really being a kind of a jerk about it. Like he's eyeing you like a T-bone steak. Like he's just like.
Is Miss Lily? Is she a vampire? I don't remember. I mean,
We
I'll
don't
look
know.
at her
We
face
don't know.
side.
Maybe she is
I don't
now. She's in the back there. We can't quite see her, can we?
Okay. But anyway, I mean, if you want to get in the mobile murder shed because this guy is like, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, whatever you want to do, Queen Lumen.
I'm gonna
Like-
whistle for Art one more time.
And Art pops his head back out and it comes out like, "Who do I have to face? Murder again?"
I just want you to stay with them.
He goes, "You want me to hate him again?"
No. I want you to stay with these two.
Hello.
If they try anything, all of them.
Yes.
Duh.
Just back them up.
Duh.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Um,
and he into one of the tents. Comes back out with
Hammer.
There's table leg.
There's 3 other legs on that table.
He comes out with a table leg with like the screws sticking out of it. And he's like, "Go ahead."
All right.
Really good.
Now it's 3 on 3, and then one tiny person and another tiny person.
Yeah, until the car blows up. Keep going.
Well, everybody in the car is technically immortal to an extent, apparently.
Yeah, even you until recently when
Until
I gave some
recently.
Vampires are
Well, I guess all
Pests.
of us to an extent.
I just need a boombox.
So I don't think they're
I'll
going to
be
blow it
watching.
up.
Huh?
I don't think they'll blow it up.
Okay.
I think they're more susceptible to fire than I am.
bring up. I've seen what you can do if you feel that you're in danger. Bring up your powers first. Have them ready to turn away any strikes on you.
All right. I'm going to walk towards the vehicle.
Okay, you walk towards the vehicle. The driver steps back, opens the passenger door and the rear, or opens the driver's side rear door, and he ushers you toward the back seat.
I'm going to slide into the back seat.
Okay. You slide into next to Miss Lily. He closes the door. She goes, "Well, good evening.
Good evening.
So nice of you to join me."
Thank you for following us.
Well, I thought we should probably have a talk.
In regards to?
One of your people tried to, make, problems for my boyfriend.
Well, he is no longer associated with us.
Okay, sure. But you guys now have your own, area that Campagnati doesn't have his hooks in.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to run that area then, I take it?
We have not conferred about this since our association has ended with Sidereal.
Well, do you know where he is?
Currently, he's on hiatus.
What does that mean? Is he dead?
Potentially.
Oh, really? Did you guys kill him?
No.
Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked it that way. Did you guys put him on hiatus?
No, we did not.
Oh, so then who's going to run his area? I mean, last time I understood it, Campagnati gave him, an area of his business to run. Sidereal works for Campagnati.
It was not an area of his business to run. Sidereal put it under his own protection.
Okay, yeah, he ran the protection for Campagnati. Right.
I don't believe that was the situation.
Oh.
Oh, I could see how they made this miscommunication.
That jump.
Yeah. It's like, it's under your protection.
It's like,
okay.
Like you wanted to get your beak wet on this, of course.
You're on our payroll now.
Yeah.
No,
Duh.
No, that's not how it was.
Okay, so since he's on hiatus, are you guys gonna work that area?
Are you aware of what Campagnati is?
Those people who wish to malign Thomas Campagnati for being a hardworking, honest businessman, but those who want to drag his name through the mud and call him a criminal, No,
I wasn't referring to criminal. Are you aware of what he is?
Yes, he's wonderful.
Awesome.
I can't work with women like this. Are you aware of what your associates this evening are?
Yancey's sort of a putz. But
Did you
but Ronald's a wonderful driver.
He-
I don't
be that as it may? Did you see the beating Yancey took?
Oh, Yancey can take beatings all day long. It's really one of his, best qualities.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of those special people.
What?
There are special people in the world. Okay. So the ability to heal happens. I know a guy who works for me. We just started working together. He's large and he's furry. He's got a lot of hair. He can collect like nobody's business.
Oh, it's his old PC. That's why we're laughing.
That's hilarious. Damn it, Fenris.
The werewolf in the mob.
I miss that werewolf. Anyway.
Well, now that I know what the heck he's talking about.
We don't want to run into that.
What?
She goes, there are certain people who are exceptional. That guy out in Metropolis that flies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same kind of thing. Only Yancey can take a beating and, fix his face back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are you aware of what gives him that power?
Well, it's some sort of genetic thing or exposure to something. And she goes, I don't get down to the details.
Mm-hmm. How would you feel about you suddenly becoming an exceptional person?
Well, I'm already exceptional. I'm a lily.
I'm speaking more of the Yancey variation.
Oh, I don't associate with Yancey. He comes along on these things because he can take a pounding. But no, I don't like Yancey. He's not my type.
I was speaking more in regards to what he is. What both of your people tonight are, and what your boyfriend.
Oh, the three of those two are not even on Campagnati's level.
How can one be so oblivious?
I don't know what you mean.
Is there anything further you want to discuss?
Yes, you're going to be working the territory that...
We will be protecting the territory.
Excellent.
From you guys.
What?
Oh, no.
So is it a question of percentage or
No.
what?
No, there are exceptional beings in that area as well. That
Sure, there's exceptional people all over town, and they're all wonderful, and we
Don't
want to
ent-
keep them all under one umbrella, and yay.
they don't really want to be under your umbrella.
Well, that's not the point.
And the agreement with Sidereal was that they were no longer under Campagnati's umbrella.
Right, he's going to provide the protection, and she uses her finger quotes.
No.
Just like you're going to protect that area, too.
No, darling, that's not the case.
I'm sorry, that's not... I don't follow you. You just want to get more money,
No.
or is this...
That
then-
territory is entirely off limits to Campagnati now.
Oh, well, thankfully, I'm not Campagnati. So, how do we sort of build a bridge over this particular river?
Maybe Sidereal was right to just want to punch her really hard.
I can't work with women like this. Nope, that is entirely our area.
Why?
Because it is.
Just because it is? You
Yeah.
don't have reasons or motivations or...
It's under our protection now.
Why?
Because it is.
Okay, and what if it's not?
You'd have to take it from us.
Oh. Okay. So is this like a rival gang thing, or...
No.
Totally.
Totally is a rival gang thing, guys.
No, we love you. I mean, in a murdery sort of way, but we love you.
Okay, so can we at least be friends?
No.
No?
No.
Why can't we be friends at least?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do know that I'm a lily, right?
And you're aware that I don't care.
Well, that I don't understand at all. We've done wonderful things for this city.
That's fantastic. But you're also doing terrible things to this city.
They're not terrible.
Your level of obliviousness.
Maybe that's my superpower. And she kind of like...
Yeah. The 1%er. I like it.
Should have let me talk to her. She messed up this one. I would have been nice and been like, oh, yeah, sure, whatever.
This
It's
is
like,
going-
hey, we got another $100,000, you guys. I don't know where it came from.
This is going splendidly. Please keep up the good work.
I am going to reach to get out of the vehicle.
Okay. You reach over and grab the thing, and she sets her hand on your arm, and she goes, I want to be friends. I don't want to be enemies. Is that something we can do?
I don't feel like our intentions for the area are aligned.
But that's not the point. I want us to be friends.
Why would we be friends?
Because if we're not, we're enemies. And I don't want to be enemies with you. This adorable outfit, at the very least, is I love it.
Has sequins.
I'm not in circus gear right now.
Did we just become best friends?
Nope.
Normcore.
What? I'm just gonna get out.
She goes, oh, I don't want... Okay. Fine, thanks.
And I'm gonna wave and rejoin.
Okay, so you told her that her boyfriend's a vampire who's going to suck out her blood, and we have to save her from her insanity, right?
How'd it go?
Yancey leans in and like you guys are kind of circled up, and Yancey leans in too. He's like, I wouldn't tell, but like, quiet that down there, buddy.
I mean,
Jeez. Anyhow, all right, hey, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
the V word is unwelcome. I understand.
I'm gonna.
It looks. I can tell from the look on her face. The answer is no.
I'm gonna look at Art and then look at Yancey.
And then Yancey sees this. He's like, whoa, and goes back to the. He's like, okay, sorry, hey, sorry about that.
I'm out.
And walks back to the car, which he climbs in. The guy that's the driver looks back. Lily says something to him. He climbs in the driver's seat, and they back out and start to pull away.
That is the most oblivious woman I have ever met.
So,
She compared her boyfriend and those two buffoons to superheroes.
Interesting.
They are exceptional people.
Well,
She doesn't understand the ramifications.
no, her family line is tied to the Fae as well, so it'll be interesting if Campagnati does embrace her.
All right. So, where does that leave us with relation to her? Does she understand the danger?
Yeah, what did you say?
Is she going to leave us alone?
I'm not entirely sure. I told her I didn't want to be her friend.
Oh, great.
Okay. Did she say anything about Sidereal?
She asked if we killed him.
Oh, well.
Okay, that's fair.
There was a... there was a little bit of gangland violence that, admittedly, that we didn't do, but
It was a little bit of a jackwagon, so I understand what you're bringing.
but
Fair, but I also continued the claim to the area.
what we're going to keep doing? What Sidereal was doing?
We're going to protect the area, but not as vivaciously. There are people there. There are exceptional people in that area that probably don't need to be shook down by vampires. The swans, for example.
I don't think that camping. Certainly Miss Lily isn't going to be shaking down the swans or the werewolf guys.
And I still feel like the werewolves are a better alliance.
And
without
we're kind of on the shit
Sidereal-
list of the werewolves.
Without
They're not smelling our butts right now.
Yeah,
without Sidereal, we might be able to make amends with them.
Okay.
we should stick with the dragons.
All right. So.
Why can't we have both?
I don't trust werewolves.
All
I'm
right.
just
So
saying.
so is she going to come and fight us like on behalf of Campagnati?
She didn't say as much.
Did she say less?
She said if we weren't friends, we were enemies. I exited
She's
the vehicle.
gonna get bit by a vampire and turned into a vampire.
Hence alignment with the werewolves. Separate
Why didn't you tell her that her honey bunny was a vampire?
because I'm sitting in the vehicle with 2 vampires on the outside. Does that seem like the news to break to her at the
You
moment?
just told her you wanted to be enemies.
I told her I didn't want to be friends.
She wants to.
Which is the antithesis.
She took that to be enemies. Why do we want? Do you want us to kill her?
Yes. I don't like you. I don't want to be friends. I will not tell you that your honey bunny is a vampire, though. Good day, man.
Well, maybe
She's
we
a-
deliver that news together at a different point.
Yeah, like the
We
inter-
had-
She's a
Hadn't conf-
victim.
Wait,
Is
so,
she?
so we're doing an
She
intervention?
seems
Intervention.
blissfully
She's
unaware
she's an
and
idiot.
willfully ignorant of the situation.
She's well. I imagine that there's been some misdirection on behalf of
I mean,
her
best case
soon
scenario,
to be vampire
one
master.
of you guys go become the heir to her throne, and when Campagnati kills her, you claim her millions.
You watch.
I'm not marrying Miss Lily.
You watch too much TV.
I'm afraid you're not paying me enough to be put on
Here is my herd of cattle for your hand, good ma'am.
I've got to say that you've got to start paying me. Come to think of it, at all, if you're going to be using my services for your enemies as a sexual surrogate.
Yeah. You may have my Commander Shotgun's virgin anus for this evening. Just this evening, prima nocta.
That will cost you at least 3 magic arrows. Okay.
We got one.
We
got one.
What is Art doing right now?
Prima nocta.
He's watching the group like have this interchange, and he's getting that look on his face that tells you that he's just about to roll his eyes and go, ugh, and storm off.
All right. So Art.
Yeah,
Mr. Gorski, I have I believe that there is going to be an ongoing threat to Marisol's life going forward that we will need assistance in defending her.
We think we started a gang war. Thanks,
seems-
Queen Lumen.
We're not a gang. We are
Okay,
She
I
is
think
known-
we started a war.
defenders of the innocent and the magical.
Well,
We're defenders.
Yes, but
We're not a gang.
But
we
that-
do good things.
Yes.
they have a gang.
we are
though.
totally different from the young woman who's leading a bunch of thugs.
Yeah, but that
and
gang.
taking advantage of their powers
Yeah.
to carve her own little fiefdom in the middle of Indianapolis. We are totally different,
Totally
you
different
guys.
than that.
We
Totally
need,
different.
That is not what you're doing at all.
we
Not at
need a
all.
moat. We need a moat.
So in any case,
We
Mr.
didn't
Gorski,
set a place on fire.
Never start a land war in Asia. Damn it.
Mr. Gorski, this is a paying position.
Oh,
We would be
British. I
able-
like it.
We will be able to give you room and board, and and we have
John Garlic talks British when he wants to be sexy. He just tried to seduce Gorski. He didn't even roll, though. That's BS.
Try roll for seduction.
Yeah.
In any case,
Nat 20.
she needs your help. Will you join us?
She just has to whistle. I don't think you need to have a conversation on War and Peace.
No, I will not join you.
Jesus.
Fair.
It's not fair.
She will stay with Circus, or she will leave Circus.
That is true. It is it is not for us to say where your loyalties lie. That is fair.
Dawson's Creek with
You
a
use
circus.
the word loyalties like I don't love my circus
You don't have
family.
any
Well, are you going to stay here with this?
dirty gypsy.
No.
That's
no.
a hypothetical.
No, we're not doing that again.
Again, yeah.
All right. But that's a good question. Circus is going to leave town, and you've staked a claim here.
Art's eyebrows go up.
She has people who look up to her, who she has declared herself the defender of the innocent all up in a large swath of downtown, where that lady and those thugs are criminal mafia.
She just
Protection rackets.
She just started a gang war. You can't leave now.
I didn't.
He reaches out and grabs you by the shoulders, and he looks into your face and says, "You have land here.
Yes.
You are leaving Circus."
I believe I must.
And he leans down and kisses you on the forehead, and he goes, "I will always remember you."
Oh, it's
And
like Dawson's Creek with the circus.
He turns around and opens the flap and tosses the table leg in, and you hear it. He does a double whistle, and you all sort of blink, and the circus is packed on wagons and is slowly moving down the street.
What?
They've got their powers. We've got ours.
Exactly.
And Art is walking along with like at the very end of the wagon trail. They turn the corner, and their wagons are turning, and he stops and looks back and nods to you, and then rounds the corner and walks off.
They have circus packing powers. You have gang war powers. Who would have thought? I don't know who did better.
Oh,
than
man. Can I join the circus?
And for a moment,
They can shoot me with, like, arrows. It would be great. Or cannons.
and for a moment, there's a little bit of sad.
one tear.
Oh.
And that'll do us tonight for Gaming with Scott.
Crying, crying
We thank you
Indian.
for listening, and as always, you'll hear from us real soon.
Goodbye, Art.
Oh, my goodness. Bye-bye.
And that's it tonight for us on the Gaming with Scott podcast. You can always send us an email at feedback@gamingwithscott.com or catch us on Twitter. John Garlic is at JPGarlic. Josh Jackson is at ActionJack853. Jay Payne is at StupidPuppyGames. Jay Duguay is at @1_nerdy_mama. Or me, Scott T, at GamingWScott. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/GamingWScott. This is a Southgate Media production. Remember, be the superhero you always wanted to see in the world. And as always, you'll be hearing from us real soon.